Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Neca, A Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger figure. Now, of course, this is Neca's new line of all Freddy Kruegers. They're doing one from each movie, looks like. Right now, 1 and 2 are out, and you can see 3 and 4 back here on the packaging. There is a slight difference in the packing on this figure. There's another where his arms are the shorter version in the box. I'm not an in-the-box collector anymore, really, so it didn't matter to me. But as you can see, this Freddy has his arms all stretched out like he did in the Dream. He also comes with an alternate head where the majority of his skin is missing from his face and his hat. So, very nice. On the back here, its read-up says, Nancy is having grisly nightmares. Something monstrous wants to kill her. Meanwhile, her high school friends who are having the very same dream are being slaughtered in their sleep by the hideous fiend of their shared nightmare. When the police ignore their explanation, she must confront the killer in his shadowy realm. Of course, once again, down here, the other Freddys. This one's out. The other 2 are coming out. So, love Freddy Krueger. Great to see Neca doing a whole line based around him. Let's open this bad boy up. And here we have Freddy out of packaging, and I gotta say, I absolutely love the look of him with his arms all stretched out like this. It's a brilliant little figure, and it's gonna look amazing in your display. Now, that's not to say I don't have some pretty, somewhat irritating things to say about the figure. My claw came, 3D effect. My claw is horribly warped. I mean, was he fighting Magneto? What was going on here? Let's actually pull his hand off. There's really no excuse for the blades coming that bent. Now, there are some ways I can fix this myself, but at the same time, I had no way of checking in packaging. They were down there where I couldn't see them. With the exception of being bent, though, Neca has provided us with absolutely stunningly beautiful detail. All the rips in the gloves, you can see his finger. Neca is actually making us a prop replica glove of the original one. They made one of the new one, which I didn't care about. But I'm going to buy that original glove. Can't wait to have it. So yeah, really disappointed my blades came bent. Other than that, Freddy's arms do make him a little back heavy. Well, lopsided rather. It took a while to get him in a pose where he wasn't falling over, but I finally managed to get his feet in the right position. Now his arms, they come off really, really easily. This one actually almost fell off when I pulled him out. Of course, you take his standard arms, pop them right back in. Let's get those on. Gotta make sure the joints are all lined up. There we go. Of course, his hands. And it's even worse, the blades are a soft plastic because they're going to keep bending as you swap them in and out on the hands. Of course, the hand's over here on his outstretched arm. You put that hand on. And, of course, his hat, which was removable. Let's pull his head off and get a look at the alternate Freddy head, of course, where she reaches up and pulls his entire face off. Wow, that's stiff. Is what she said. Yeah, some pretty excessive force needed to get this alternate head on. Daggone it. 1 second, guys. We're going to do this off camera. Okay, guys, I admit defeat. I have tried my damnedest to get this thing on, and as you can see, it is kind of on, but there's still a lot of the neck showing, and no matter how hard I push, I cannot get the head on there. A lot of excessive force needed to get his alternate face on. Of course, as I said, and this one slides on and off just fine. So what's up with that? Maybe I need to widen the hole a little bit. Again, is what she said. Now, interesting little note. While I was screwing around, his arms kept falling off. I noticed that his sweater wasn't actually sculpted on, so you can actually, trying to get his sweater up over his head here, pull his sweater off, and you can see there's actually some pretty nicely detailed burned skin under here. Although it's not painted, it's all just a black plastic. Can't get the sweater completely off him. Yeah, but that's nice. Would have been nicer if it was painted, but I guess they never intended you to pull the sweater off. Again, the head slides on just fine. And let's actually get his arms on. And we'll do articulation on this guy. Of course, Fred with his hat. You're not going to see Freddy without his hat on, are you? Stand up straight. Sorry about the kind of haphazardness of this review, guys. I was really unprepared for this. As far as, I just didn't expect a lot of things this figure's doing. Now, as far as, I've already said, the detail on the glove is beautiful, with the exception of the blades being bent. And I've got his hat on there lopsided. NECA has done an absolutely beautiful job on Freddy. I think they may have gone a touch too damaged on his face. I don't know, I just don't remember his face being that red in the original movie. I just knocked his arm off again. That's one thing. As far as being able to swap the arms in and out between the long extended ones and the standard normal Freddy hands, I think they left it a little too loose. I mean, there's no effort at all needed to take these off. And while that's okay, I would have liked them to stand there a little bit better. So, as far as detail, beautifully sculpted Freddy face, beautifully sculpted alternate head, although not quite sure how I'm supposed to get that on. It's giving me an unbelievable amount of problems. I mean, everything on this guy. I'm a complete NECA fanboy. So, let's peg his hands back on here. I got this at Toys R Us for around $17, no, $15. Somewhere between the $15 and $17 range. I can't quite remember. I got him and Freddy's Revenge Freddy. And, I'm really digging him. Oh, as far as articulation, his head is on a ball joint, as you've obviously seen. He's actually got a nicely moving ab joint within the sweater. It's just kind of hard to get to move. Obviously, he's turning at the waist. His arms, even though they are extended, the articulation is the exact same. Arms are on a ball joint. Well, I mean, a hinge joint, as you can see here. The elbows bend and spin, and the wrists are obviously on a ball joint. So, even though they're a little bit bigger, it's the exact same deal here. So, I'm kind of worried about the arms falling off. If you're a Nightmare on Elm Street fan and you haven't already rushed out to your Toys R Us and picked this guy up, you are gonna have to, I'd say go for one of the ones with the alternate style posing and packaging, so you can check and make sure your blades aren't bent, because that's really a personal gripe that's irritating the crap out of me. A little bit of trouble swapping on the alternate head, and I really don't like the fact his arms fall off so easy, but at the same time, unlike the head, that's going to make for easy swapping. And I highly recommend picking this guy up, and this is JTrain 997.